Recently, you may have seen a post that I put out there or received an email, and I asked the simple question of what is the number one challenge holding most small business owners back? And I was pleasantly surprised because I thought mostly in this season of life, the number one answer would be employees or cash flow or sales, but it wasn't. So I want to share that information with you, and I'm going to read. I'm just going to highlight a few of these, so you see if you find kind of that alignment, that common answer. So the enormity of it, it's complicated. Uh, Fear, the fear of taking action. There's another one of fear. Going to go with refusing to ask help because they don't know who to ask. The unknown, themselves, limiting beliefs, fear, the unknown. Let's move to another channel here. Fear. I'm not going to read every single word, but that's just kind of the general. We have one here that says too much planning and not enough action, which I highly see that every day. So I'm going to stop there and reading these because I found something that I was pleasantly surprised. Like I said, that the answer was not employees or cash flow, things like that. There was some sales and marketing in there, but most of it was fear. And so I want to talk about what creates fear in a business owner's mind. Many times it's due to the unknown, which somebody did post on there talking about taking action for the fear of the unknown. And I have found it similar to keynote speaking. So if you were to go around a room and ask people what's their biggest fear, there's test assessments that a lot of people would say speaking in front of public, speaking in front of people. Many times in a networking event, whether you know it or not, if you're going around the room and somebody has to tell their name and the business they work with, the closer it gets to most people, the more fearful they get. They start, what am I going to say? What if I mess up? And if you think about it, be prepared. Be prepared. Talk to yourself. Watch yourself in the mirror. Say, my name is Michael Morrison. I'm the founder and CEO of Boss. That's it. That's all there is to it. If they ask for your name and your business, that's all we say. Many times you'll have some of those people that go into this 5 to 10 minute spiel. That's not what the speaker asked for. So go into these things prepared. Keynote speaking, it's the same way. Most people that are afraid of keynote speaking shouldn't be, because if you are prepared, once you begin speaking, yes, that can be a little intimidating, standing in front of a crowd of any size. I know for myself, I do keynote speaking. I've talked to hundreds of people, and I've talked to as few as 2 people in front of the room. And I know that each time I do get butterflies, so don't let anybody tell you they don't. If they do, they're Superman or Superwoman, because most of us that are passionate about sharing a message, we get butterflies because we want to change a life today. I know when I'm speaking in front of a crowd, I'm a small business coach. So most of the time they're small business owners, and I want to impact someone today. That's my passion of fear, is I want to impact. I want to say my message clearly, and I want to help someone. But then once I get rolling, once I get in the groove, within a couple of minutes, I'm on fire inside. I get this dopamine high, that you just can't explain unless you've been on stage and you feel that feeling. If you're a keynote speaker, you know what I'm talking about. You just kind of get lost in the presentation. So relating the keynote speaking to a business owner, the fear that many mentioned, I saw a commonality of that most of those fears were the unknown. Now, something that I found, just like in a keynote speech, if you're not prepared, absolutely your gut will hurt. You will have butterflies. It will be the most obnoxious feeling, terrifying feeling in the entire world if you're not prepared. But if you have rehearsed, not word for word, that's where a lot of keynote speakers or people that need to speak in front of people, that's where they kind of get off track. They try to memorize their speech, and that's not the proper way to do it. That's a whole nother lesson in itself. But you want to be prepared. What is your intro? What is your outro? What's your first? How are you going to end it? So you don't ramble on. And then what's that body in between? 1 to 3 minute. I'm sorry, 1 to 3 bullet points, depending on the length of the speech. If it's 90 minutes, you might have 5. But what are those bullet points? And if it's something you are an expert at, you should have no problem sharing those individual bullet points. Same with business. Many times, most of the business owners that I work with, and I love how one of the responses said something about planning too much and not taking action. And I agree with that to a point, but I either find that business owners either don't have a plan at all, so they're constantly planning, or they just don't even plan at all. Those people are typically fearful of the unknown, or they have a plan and then they don't consistently follow the plan. They don't execute, so there's never any outcomes to measure. So my guidance, my help to you is we can't overcome a feeling. Okay, so I'm not trying to change the way people feel. We just can't. We don't know what's going on inside each other's soul, their heart, their mind, or anything like that. But I do know that having a clear plan, just like if you're given a speech and you have a clear plan for your business and you actually follow through, you make a plan, you follow the plan, that reduces the amount of fear. Once we take action, because we followed our plan, we have a plan from start to finish. Once we've executed the action that's required, well, then we can measure it. And so when we're creating a plan in the beginning, one of the things that we like to do with our clients is, okay, here's what we plan to do. What happens if it works? And what happens if it doesn't? So that we know the outcomes either way. It's a positive, negative, equal balance type scenario. Those are just a couple of things that you can try. And if those don't help, reach out to me. I'd love to talk with you on the phone. While you're here, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're trying to build it. Our goal is to help hundreds of thousands of small business owners by a certain period of time. And we would love to have you join our tribe. Also, you can connect with me on LinkedIn. We're very active over there on that channel. I actually engage with people over there. And hopefully we'll see you soon in another video.